Welcome to Nerd Sports, where we discuss topics that provoke thought without any fuss. Team of veterans and a brave civilian unite under Angry Me Productions' guiding light. We are a beacon for those who seek audacious humor, unafraid to speak, celebrating freedom with every beat, exploring controversial issues, taking a seat, navigating life with intellect, not defeat. The Nerd Force always with us, never discreet.
Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives, week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on, we thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services, including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 99 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TX, MobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much, and enjoy the show. Good evening, everybody. No, do not adjust your sets. Do not make sure that you're on the right channel. You're in the right place. Welcome to Angry Me Productions Nerd Sports episode 181. I'm your host, and I've shaved. It's okay.
I thought we just had a special guest on.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything self-harming. I'm not going to.
Isn't cutting your beard already count as self-harm?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a cry for help right there.
I mean, it's not a cry for help. It's a cry for meaningful career starting employment. Okay, so here's the situation. Hold on. Here's the situation. I graduate my process technology course in May. Okay, now is the time where I'm starting to have to hit up these career information workshops and these employer recruiter workshops, right? Dow, BASF, Olin, things like that.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to be able to put my best foot forward. I don't know exactly what unit or what production line, basically, that I'm going to be assigned to once I get employed by one of these companies. Yeah. And some of these units require that you wear respirators, just because they're dealing in things like chemicals.
Yeah.
So as opposed to having them put this out there into the ether, well, you're going to have to shave that beard, right? Not a problem. Let's save our oxygen. I mean, it's bad enough that there's a majority of, there's a percentage of the population out there that has to apologize to the trees for wasting the oxygen that they work so hard to produce. I don't want to add to that. So, just figured, what the hell, and besides that, there is some benefit to it, because 12, 13 years of having a beard, the skin on my face has gotten really sensitive and dry. So I'm using this opportunity to shave every day and apply lotion and just really kind of try to take care of the face, because
I still want to look good for my
here's the
wife.
problem for me is it just looks like that your huevos haven't dropped yet. So,
All I heard out of all of that, he had a whole spiel. All I heard was,
goo goo gaga.
I'm selling out. That's all I heard. All I heard was sell out.
I heard go goo gaga.
Yeah, my wife, she looked at me, and I mean, I texted her. I said, "Will you come in here?" And she looked at me, and then I mean, like, she immediately made eye contact, and then she kind of gasped a little bit, and then walked out of the bathroom. You know, and I'm like, she goes, "I'm sorry, hold on, I need a second." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So, you know, I had Colin and Reagan. They were on FaceTime. I had them sit up on the counter. Yes, it puts the it puts the lotion in the fucking basket. Yeah.
Listen, I had thought about it after you shaved. I was like, maybe, do a reset and like you said, you got to get some care routine going on there and everything. And then I was messing around on Snapchat, and there's a filter that will show you without your beard.
Yeah.
Did that? Fuck no. There ain't no way.
Okay, so I don't have Snapchat, but my wife still does. And so she showed me that filter, and I was like,
nope.
Initially, I was like, yeah, no, that's just not going to work for me. But it's the prospect of potentially making six figures a year. I think I'm okay with this decision for right now. I mean,
no, all I hear is sellout.
Hey, look, if I get assigned to a unit that allows me to have facial hair, guess what?
It'll be back on.
Yeah.
Day.
I mean, it's going to take me exactly 1 week of looking at my razor and tell it to collect dust for the, for the facial hair to reappear. But
honestly, Johnny, for six figures, I would do it too.
Yeah. I mean, and much, and it's like,
how I do it
for whatever reason, my son called his cousin, and then my sister pops up on the screen, and she's like, "What'd you do that for?" I was like, because I kind of need a job to help me pay for my $460,000 house, right?
Right, exactly.
And she's like, "Oh, look at you throwing numbers around," and I'm like, "Man, you never realize how salty people sound." It's like, holy crap. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Empress. I mean, she's like, don't take 2 decades off your age. I know. I mean, as it is, but even with the gray hair in the beard, people were like, "You're not 46." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "You see that field out there?" I mean, and people would actually look for the field, because I'm throwing that knife hand out there. And they're like, "What field?" It's like the one that's way out there. That's the field where I grow my fucks. Notice that it is barren. And they look at me and they're like, and you could see the wattage building up in the light bulb above their head. And then it clicks.
Sparking.
Yeah. You see Igor in the corner with the crank. He's like, "Yes, master. Faster, faster." And then it goes ding, and you hear Channing Tatum going, "Oh shit." Yeah, don't do it. Don't. Oh, shit. There you go. See, I tried to preempt it. And they're like, "Oh my God, I understand now." And I'm like, "You are welcome." It's one of those. But now, like, we went to church yesterday, and there were people that legit did not recognize me.
That's his shirt. No, I come to this off. Oh, I shaved.
Yeah. I mean, it took me going, exactly who I am. They had to hear my voice. And then they're like, "Oh, wow." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And you want to talk about culture shock? The tan line on my face was real. The tan line on my face was real. But Anyway, so we've got a weird sport for the week, right?
Yes, sir. We have it's a weird one. It's turn off that sound. But it's a mixed gender sport. It's like basketball, I guess, and soccer, and they use a soccer ball. So,
man, you know, I tell you what, we can apply a set of rules and create entities that govern just about anything that we can think of, especially if it makes the less athletically inclined feel better.
I mean, the Germans did it after World War II with that whole blind soccer game.
Well, I mean, you could almost say the same thing about the Japanese, but they were more about shadow painting. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I was like, what are you talking about? Shadow. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
But yeah, you know, I mean, that's like curling. You know, you got a bunch of fat ass, you know, like way past their prime dudes sitting in a bar up in Canada watching something going, we could come up with a better sport than that, eh? You know, and then curling, right? Okay, we're gonna what do we do here? We're gonna throw some stones down. Oh, I got you. We're gonna have we got to sweep. Yeah, and then it's gonna be like shuffleboard, but on ice, eh? Right? Yeah, and then it takes off. You know, you've got
I mean, they got good beer up there in Canada.
I mean, if it
and they did trade a lot of
up with.
I mean, sometimes the best ideas comes from a bunch of drunks, man.
They got into the black velvet. That's what it was.
You know, I mean, especially like if you're brewing your own ale. I mean, case in point, Tons Tavern, the Marine Corps. I mean,
right?
Yeah, true.
I mean,
I still like.
Let's not belittle the fact that or beleaguer the fact that it was a gay bar, but still, just kind of throwing that out there.
Of course, it is.
Dude, I've watched. I think I sent this to you, but you don't look at my TikToks or anything like that.
No, I don't. And I'm being honest with you, David. I'm sorry.
You send 30 a day.
Yes.
How can we possibly watch all of those?
Easy. They're like 5 minutes a piece, so you take an hour.
You show me where I've got an hour.
Do that math over again.
Okay, 2, maybe 3 hours. Anyways, no, I was
Good God.
I think I sent it to the super secret group that we have. But it was a Marine going into confessionals like, Father, I gotta confess my sins. And the father goes, go ahead, my son. And the Marine goes, Father, I beat a man that was burning the American flag, wearing Antifa stuff, and condemning the police force. Okay, so where's the sin?
Mm-hmm. It's like, sir, you don't have to come in here and brag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the baseball playoffs have started. They've been going for 2 weeks now.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Empress, that's light work. Belle sends over 100 and just one of on just one of her TikTok accounts daily.
Good Lord.
Got to bump up those numbers.
You know, when women have multiple TikTok accounts, the way that today's society works is that usually means that one of those accounts has links to a spicy page. I don't want to think those thoughts about my daughter. So can we just take that back out of the ether, Empress?
There's a reason it's not public.
But in good news, because
don't.
No.
You were not jumping the shark this week, Dave.
No.
We know exactly what you mean by that, Belle. I know what book talk is.
Yeah. But on the X, we have a lot of most of our followers are probably the Oxford Foxtrots. There's women's accounts with no profiles or
whatever.
Oh, they're all bots.
yes.
But the thing of it is they're not in the chat getting engaged. That's what it is. They're not engaging with the show.
True.
That's upsetting. Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, unfortunately. However,
Short with that one.
I mean,
Busted.
phrasing. Are we still doing phrasing here?
Busted.
I don't have a
I tried very hard to be an active, positive role in her life, so that way she didn't end up on a poll.
She's not on the poll.
I mean, what if you wanted to work in the fire department?
That's one thing, Dave.
It's still a poll.
Listen,
but it's not the kind of pole that's got bearings in the middle, so it spins.
There's a lot of firefighters, I bet, on the cover.
This one's not stainless steel. The one you're talking about is made out of brass.
Man.
Anyways.
Glossing over.
Yeah, exactly. Glossing the fuck over. All right, so right now, Detroit is their series is tied 1 game apiece with the Cleveland Guardians. That's actually turned out to be a pretty entertaining series. Detroit won today on a 3-run home run in the top of the 9th in Cleveland. So now the series, I believe, is going to shift to Detroit for games 3 and 4, and then if necessary, game 5 is going to be played in Cleveland. But the Royals and the Yankees are playing right now. The Yankees lead that series 1 game to nothing. It's the top of the 4th currently in New York. Runner on second, 1 out, and the game is tied at 1 apiece. So, Kansas City, for the love of the rest of baseball nation, can we just quit screwing around and just put the Yankees out, please? Just put them out.
Seriously.
Throwing that out there. Now the Phillies and the Mets, that is an entertaining series to watch. That series is actually tied at 1 apiece. New York won their game yesterday.
Seriously, I mean, at the beginning of the year, who thought that we would be sitting here talking about the Mets in the 2nd round of the playoffs?
The Mets in October, period. I mean,
not even Mets fans thought that was going to happen.
I tell you what, if Citi Field does not open up a McDonald's play field and a McDonald's kiosk with Grimace being the predominant feature after this season, that is a missed opportunity.
Right?
Okay. And it better be the sole proprietor of the McRib for the New York City area.
Yeah, it's
I saw it was an anime video the other day. It was like an animated short on YouTube. And this McDonald's employee is filling in a customer's order, and the manager looks at this kid and goes, "I think you're ready. Come with me." And he takes him to this back room where there's a Grimace giving birth, right? And the midwives are Hamburglers, right? And then they go on to talk about how if a male Grimace is not born, then the species is going to die, right? And this particular Grimace was giving birth to a litter of 3. And the first 2 come out and they're female, right? And you hear almost like that hot fuzz kind of like for the greater good. They're like, it's a female. It's a female, right? And then the 3rd one pops out and it's a boy. They take the boy and they're like, the species will continue, and they rush this one out of the room. I'm like, okay. And then this like McDonald's employee in a hood comes out with an axe and starts chopping up the Grimace that just gave birth.
Dude.
And then they open up. I mean, and then outside the customers are getting restless. They open up the door and they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, the McRib is back." And then people are diving into this butchered Grimace. And I was like,
oh man.
Oddly, I'm okay with the outcome of this video. Because
I mean, now I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, if I can find it, I mean, God, I wish I'd have saved it, but
it's saved in our.
I don't eat McDonald's a lot, like hardly at all. And yeah, I know that it's made with binders and it's basically a yoga mat with barbecue sauce on it, but
no, it's a hot dog.
Dude,
it doesn't matter.
The McRib is just. I cannot wait for the McRib to come back out.
Thank you.
Throw me some pickles and onions on that hoe, bro. I tell you what, I will fuck up some McRibs, dude. You know, I mean,
me. I don't care. I don't care.
It's like it's pressed pork patties. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
and
pressed deliciousness is what it is.
I mean, I will have the coming to Jesus meeting with my sphincter later. Right now, my tummy wants num-nums, you know.
It's one of those moments you look at the person, is like, hey, listen, I don't go to the bus stop to slap the dick out of your mouth. Stop telling me how to deal with my stuff.
I say, like, look at me. Does it look like I still give a damn?
Yeah.
I gave up a long time ago. We all know that.
I mean, when the McRib comes out, I kick the shit out of anorexia.
Oh, hell yeah.
I beat that motherfucker.
Like the redheaded stepchild of a rented mule.
Yeah. Yeah. But Kansas City took the lead 2-1. All right. So man, I'll tell you what, Alex Bregman is officially a free agent this year, or now the Astros season ended in the first round. You know, there's a lot of talk here in Houston, in the Houston area, that Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman are both priority signings for the team. Alex Bregman's wanting, I think it's a rumored $100 million. But Kyle Tucker's also got the numbers to back up his claim for a big contract. The problem is that Houston is still considered a small market team. Honestly, they're still considered a small market team. The ownership group has got to figure out a way to make that happen, make both contracts happen, or at least work them to where it's not going to cost you everything up front, even if it's not an Ohtani. It doesn't. I don't want Ohtani size numbers. I don't.
Right.
But if you can structure it the same way, where they get X amount of dollars, X amount of $1 million per year, and then the contract is actually loaded on the back end. Great. Help the team out now, so that way they can start working up the revenues to pay for that contract on the back end. I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I honestly don't. But if it comes to pass where Alex Bregman goes somewhere else, hey, good luck to you. Thanks for the time here in Houston. Gonna miss you on the HEB commercials. Definitely gonna miss that Breggy Bomb salsa that we have down here. Dude, that stuff's great. It's really good. And he's got a barbecue sauce that they serve at Minute Maid Park. That's amazing also. But if it goes, it goes. The free agency market is going to light up this year. So the hot stove is going to get fired up pretty quick. It's just, you're not going to see anything unless things start getting hammered out and contracts start getting signed before the World Series. You're not going to see any announcements being made until after the series is over, and then probably not even until the winter meetings start.
Oh, Kansas City scored again.
Oh, thank you. There is. Thank you. Thank you. I want to see that series tied at a game apiece. I want to see Kansas City actually take the lead. I want New York to fall apart, dude. I really do.
Everybody's what dude. There is a woman that doesn't follow baseball or anything like that, and she wore a New York Yankees hat. Everybody at work was dogging her. I mean, Niger. I didn't want to.
You should be bullied if you're wearing Yankees gear.
Yeah.
Oh, you honestly should. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
She's like, I like New York. I was like, yeah, but everybody hates the pinstripes. Then she got it. She was like, everybody was mean to me. I had to put on another hat. Y'all are mean. I'm like, hey.
Like you wear an I Heart NY. That okay?
Yeah,
that's fine. You
York.
could even get away with wearing a New York Mets hat.
yeah.
You put on a Yankee hat.
You wear a Mets hat, I might laugh at you, but I'm not going to bully you.
What is that
yeah.
movie Gone Girl that Ben Affleck did?
Yeah.
He stopped production for a solid 4 weeks because he got into an argument with the producers and the director because the script called for him to wear a Yankees hat. Ben Affleck, being from Boston, is a diehard Red Sox fan.
Oh, hell yeah.
He refused to put on a Yankees hat. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they wrote it to where he didn't have to put the hat on.
I don't understand why would it need to be a Yankees hat?
For whatever reason, that's what the story called for.
Book accuracy sometimes, but sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. It's one of the reasons why, to this day,
Get a body double.
Ken Griffey Jr. is and always will be my favorite ball player because he said that if the Yankees were the last team to offer him a contract, he would retire.
Yeah.
Who's Ben Wallace?
You know what? Just silently Google that and just keep it to yourself, David, because we're not putting. I'm so leery. We get these people coming here, and they're they put these they put these quotes in there, and then you read them out loud. The next thing you know, ding, the algorithm dings us, and it pulls our video down. It's like, no, come on, man, we can't be doing that.
No, Ben Wallace
doing
is a Detroit basketball player. So
I know that there's an actual person by the name of Ben Wallace, but it's how the Urban Dictionary's it's got definitions for just about anything.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That where you type in and you say dirty and whatever your name is.
Yeah, I was right. See, he was talking about the basketball player. Yeah.
No, I get it, but still. Just saying. Okay. So, so college football had an interesting weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
No.
And before David starts trying to hop on and present and share his screen, let me kind of go over a couple things here. Okay. For whatever reason, Alabama found themselves ranked number 1 in the AP top 25. And then they kind of rested on their laurels a little bit. They went into Vanderbilt Stadium where, 2 weeks ago, Nick Saban said that the only comfortable place to play in the SEC is Vanderbilt because nobody goes to their games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Saturday.
They're going to be going now.
Saturday, the Vanderbilt Commodores, the unranked Vanderbilt Commodores.
The terminally unranked.
Yeah. I mean, in Commodore households there, how the slogan, like for Texas Tech, it's guns up, and Texas A&M, it's gig 'em, or hook 'em horns,
Yeah.
You roll tide. In Vanderbilt Commodore households, their rally cry is anchors down. Anchor down.
In a landlocked state.
I mean, I understand the history there. The Commodore, is usually the rank that was given to the captain of the paddle boat, right?
Yeah.
The river boat.
Yeah. Still.
But knowing what we know about the seedy underside of Nashville, we still want to know where the bodies are, Garth.
Oh, we're not even going there.
No, that is hilarious.
I know
we're not
Speaking of CD,
we're not going to talk about how he graped his makeup artist a couple years ago. We're not talking about that.
Yeah,
okay.
No, we're just gonna we're glossing. Apparently, we're glossing over.
I mean, he Deshaun Watson, his makeup artist.
I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure he was at the Diddy parties.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, brings a whole new meaning to the song "Friends in Low Places," right?
Oh no!
Lord Johnny.
Yeah.
I like where this is going. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Here's what the Vanderbilts did.
Yeah, the Vanderbilts.
Well, I mean,
you know what? Okay, let's just run with it. Yeah, the goalposts were taken down and walked 3 miles from the stadium to the Cumberland River on Broadway and 2nd Avenue and directly deposited into said body of water.
That's awesome.
The SEC on Sunday levied a $100,000 fine against the University of Vanderbilt University, rather, for the students taking the field and then taking down the goalposts. But I love how the Nashville Police Department, the Metro Police Department, gave escorts to the student body. You can see them. They are escorting the student body and the goalposts, and there they go into the water.
Worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see, like, I mean, the goalposts came close to hitting some cop cars, and then these students did not climb on top of the cop cars. They were respectful. They lifted. They used that upper body strength, and they cleared the police vehicles so that way no law enforcement officials or their vehicles were injured during said celebration.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that was the thing. And then good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. They lost to Arkansas this weekend. Oh, yes, sir.
Gotta love it.
I mean, the University of Tennessee, there was a running joke for the longest time as to, whether it because the what is it, there's an old military prison in Nashville, or just outside of Nashville.
Yeah.
The running joke is that Nashville got the pick between military prison or the University of Tennessee, and then they took the prison.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, and see, my daughter Belle, she can't get offended at this joke because she was born in Kentucky, technically, because she was born at Fort Campbell. With that being said,
Kansas City scored.
Captain Thundernuts with the kissing cousins comment. What does a woman from Tennessee say after having sex? Get up, Pa, you're crushing my smokes. And then, I mean, it was not the only beatdown handed out this weekend. Michigan lost to Washington in a rematch of the national championship game from last year. 27-17, UW picks up the dub.
That mine was like very depressing this weekend because Air Force lost against the Navy.
Now,
37.
Texas A&M hosted number 9 Missouri. Missouri comes into Kyle Field talking that shit. They were talking about how Kyle Field was a dump, how the 12th man was a joke.
Bad idea.
And then when they walked out after having their asses promptly handed to them to the tune of 41-10, the Missouri Tigers are no longer the 9th ranked team in the nation. Nay. No. They're 21st.
Oh,
they took a tumble. And then for the first time, and it seems like forever, 2 of the 3 service academies are 5-0 to start the year. Navy went up there and took care of the first leg of the Commander-in-Chief trophy and promptly handed the Falcons of the United States Air Force Academy their ass on Saturday.
I mean, that's not really that unexpected, though.
Shut up, Chris.
But,
dude,
and I'm listening to the Army game. I'm listening to the Army game, the Army broadcast on Sirius XM, and the Army Black Knights went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of the University of Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. How they got that name in Tulsa, nobody knows, unless it was just like a really big golden shower orgy, and that's everybody just pissed in the same direction. I don't know. In front of a box fan, I don't know.
That's not what a swamp.
49-7. No, 49-10. 49-10 was the final against Tulsa. Yeah, Army whooped that ass, dude.
Damn.
I mean, and you know how Army usually runs the triple option?
Yeah.
They have a passing game this year.
Oh.
Coach Monken finally got on board and was like, it was 49-7. Yeah, that's right. But, I'm sitting there going, I'm listening to this game. The Army scores just before halftime, and then they receive the second half kickoff because Tulsa won the kickoff or won the toss, but elected to receive in the first half. Right? Like, who does that? Anyways. So Army scores before the half, and then exactly 16 seconds into the second half, they score again. Like,
God
damn. I mean, and listening to these Army commentators, these play-by-play callers for Army radio is a gem. It's an absolute gem, right? And after that game was over, I changed the channel, switched it over to the A&M game, listened to the A&M call. Yeah. I mean, they were not cutting Missouri or their fans any kind of slack on that call. I mean, like, I guess Kyle Fields not such of a dump anymore now, is it? Boy, that was rough, boy. Because I mean, Texas A&M is now ranked number 15th in the nation. Whoop, gig 'em. Oh, dude, I cannot wait. It is going to be great. Now, notable games coming up this week. David, do you have tickets to the game?
No, I'm going to Six Flags.
You're just going to go and kind of just experience the atmosphere. Okay. Number 1, Texas is going to be at the Cotton Bowl this Saturday, playing number 18 Oklahoma for the Red River Shootout.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Now that it's SEC territory, and I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but God, I hope Oklahoma wins that game.
You horrible, horrible person.
Hey, you know what?
What?
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Arch Manning aside. No. Arch Manning aside. Listen. Longhorn fans after they beat Oklahoma are almost as insufferable as Yankees fans are after a World Series victory. I don't make the rules. I just convey the information to the public. That's all. I'm the messenger. Okay. I'm not saying they're trashy like Philadelphia fans, but they're insufferable. Oh, it's borderline. Just want to, you want to shove a hot poker in your eardrums.
That's why I like UT better.
Anyway, look, I'm a very self-professed Texas A&M Aggie fan. 100%. Gig 'em. When it comes time to actually have the old Southwestern Classic, Southwestern Conference Classic, playoff again, game again, between Texas and Texas A&M, there is a very huge likelihood that Texas is going to win that game. I'm okay with that. Statistically speaking, it's a 98% probability that Texas is going to win that game.
Fair.
But things like Vanderbilt happen. So, there's hope.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
I mean,
throwing that out there.
Point.
Let me see here. There was a couple of other losses out there. There was four big upsets in the top 25. We had kind of gone over those, but man, I'm telling you what. If Oklahoma wins this game on Saturday, I don't know that there's going to be a run on TVs at the Best Buys and Walmarts in the Austin area. But there's going to be some Stephen A. Smith's, level clowning against the Longhorns come Sunday.
Yeah.
I would dare even say Saturday evening.
They're always nice.
The Dallas-Fort Worth area may very well run out of beer and liquor because the Longhorn fans are having to drown themselves to, get over the heartbreak of that one. But we'll see. Texas looks good on paper this year. They've played amazing this year. This is going to be probably their first real test this year. And thank you for that score update. 4-1, top of the fifth. Nobody out, nobody on. Kansas City leading the Yankees. So, let's hope that the Yankees continue to shit the bed tonight. That's a wonderful thing. Colin is supposed to be in studio tonight, but he is upstairs playing his PlayStation 5 because Dragon Ball Z Sparkling Zero came out today. So that's what he's playing. I told him to get down here.
Well, we can still go over one little news thing that happened this week. Everybody was talking about Caitlin Clark, how she was giving up on the WNBA. There's lots of people telling that she was supposed to go to the European women's basketball.
Yeah, there was a lot of conjecture and a lot of hyperbole going on about Caitlin Clark. Her potential future with basketball, professional basketball, whether it's going to be the WNBA or whether it was going to be Europe or Asia, something, or whether or not she was even going to take. There was a rumor out there that she was going to take a 200-day sabbatical, and I'm like, man, that don't make any sense. And then what was it? Friday, I believe it was Friday or Saturday. She was one vote shy of being unanimously named Rookie of the Year, and that one vote that she got that she came up short on that unanimous vote was for Angel Reese.
Yeah,
Angel Reese went to Twitter and she said, "One vote. I guess we're giving out Make-A-Wish awards now." Like, classic bitter ass fashion. Like, she just took the party line for the rest of the league and just said, "Hey, here, we're just going to throw this out there." Because, without Caitlin Clark, sadly enough, the WNBA, you can kiss your pay bonuses goodbye. You can kiss your private flights goodbye. You can kiss your sold out stadiums, your TV package deals. You can kiss all that goodbye, and you can sink quietly back into the depths of irrelevancy. Depending on the subsidies handed out by the NBA.
Did you see that one press conference that she was at, and somebody had brought up Caitlin Clark, and she's like, There's other people than Caitlin Clark. You know, people are tuning in to watch me too. They're watching me.
Yeah, when Caitlin Clark's on the field.
Shooting 17% from the paint. From the paint, she's shooting 17%.
Yeah.
How is she even in the conversation for Rookie of the Year at all? Nobody should be even looking at her. The only thing that she has been outstanding in stat-wise is rebounds, because she's picking up her own rebounds 3 and 4 times and keeps missing every single shot.
Oh yeah, when you get your own rebounds, yeah, it's really, yeah. There's so you should be able to hear something in those.
Static.
She is
Just
one of,
static.
Angel Reese is one of the worst players in the entire league.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when you're having to your volume.
Yeah, you're really loud.
Okay. What about now? David, say something.
I'm saying something.
I can't hear them.
For whatever reason, Colin cannot hear y'all. So let me.
Did you turn up the USB port?
Yeah, I did. What about now?
Can you hear anything now?
Words. We are saying words.
Words.
Stuff and things.
Turn on the microphone and say something.
Something.
Yeah,
You can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Mhm.
Don't touch me in my no square. My no square. Don't touch me in my no square. No square. No square.
What about now?
Can you hear anything?
Huh? Well, they just did speak.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Well,
How about now?
we're gonna figure this out. Anyways,
We can just fake laugh. He'll expect it.
I mean, we.
well, he can see your responses. So
Yeah.
all right. Let's go ahead and do this. Do you want to do your segment first before we do the NFL stuff?
Yeah. Let's get that done.
Well, he said he wants to do the NFL stuff first. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go. Oh no, thanks. Get the off of my screen. Okay, so we're gonna go into scores. Come on. Here we go. Light it up. Right now, the Chiefs are leading in the second quarter. 7:29 left. 10-7 over the Saints right now. So there's that. Okay. The first game was the Thursday night game. Let me see here. Chris, do you remember who it was that you picked on that? You picked Tampa Bay on that one, right?
Tampa Bay. That is correct.
Okay. Well, for those of us, the only person that got that game right was Max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 36-30 Falcons.
He was very humble about it too.
Yeah, he was. He was very, very, very humble. Yeah, I mean, we didn't hear nary a peep out of him.
Yeah, he's like Falcons won.
Said nary a peep.
But
Dude, blew up my phone.
I know.
I mean, I halfway expected to get the whole "Hey David, hey Johnny, fuck you" text, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like we usually give no matter what.
yeah, like we give him, like, you know, just out of sheer jest and respect. But you know, for somehow when Max does it, it sounds malicious. It's great. Okay, so
you do it out of respect.
behind
There's respect behind it. Oh.
hey, weird shit happens. Okay, then after that, we had the Sunday morning game from London, the Jets and Vikings. Everybody picked. Oh wait, Max, you didn't pick the Vikings. You picked the Jets to win that game.
Max.
Man, humble pie tastes like shit, doesn't it? I mean, well, the score was close. Hey, a win is a win. Shut up.
Right.
Hey,
So the
Johnny.
Vikings go in and they improved to 5-0. What?
Johnny, does his headset have like a volume thing on his cord?
No.
Is that just a mic?
Yeah, it's just a mic, but it's say something.
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 No.
Don't
Okay.
just-
No.
Okay.
Let me see that. Yeah, no, there's no. I don't know, man. Anyways, next up on the docket was Chicago and Carolina. Everybody picked Chicago. So hey, look at us. Bears won that game 36-10. Quote the great Mr. Wolf, and let's just not start sucking each other's dicks just yet. Right?
Yeah.
Next up we had Baltimore and Cincinnati. Max picked Cincinnati on that game. So did Colin. Everybody else picked right. We had the Ravens. And, honestly, that game, Cincinnati should have won that game.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how did really they, Mr. Automatic. I mean, the problem wasn't the field goal kicker. It was the placeholder.
Yeah.
He dropped the snap and then didn't get the ball set right before the kicker's foot came through.
He Ray Finkled it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He Ray Finkled it. Yeah, laces out, Dan. And then on the ensuing possession, the ensuing play, Derrick Henry rattles off like a 44-yard rush to get inside the 5. I think it actually inside the 3-yard line. And what does Baltimore do? They don't go for the touchdown. Yeah, Joe Burrow is a closet alcoholic after that game. I mean, he needs to cut those Justin Timberlake frosted tips off. I think that's what's throwing his game off. Wave them bye. No strings attached on those things, man. Come on. There's so many references in that. It's amazing. Anyways, they set up for the field goal. They kicked they were like, no, we're not fucking around. We're just going to kick the field goal and get out of town. That's exactly what they did. I mean, they squeaked out of there with a field goal, and I'm just sitting there going, I mean, the game should have ended on a Cincinnati field goal. It should have. I mean, they caused Lamar Jackson to fumble the ball and then had set up in positive field position. They set up in Baltimore territory and could not get a first down. I mean, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, how? Really? Ugh. Makes me. It's the kind of thing that makes you sick. And then everybody got this next pick correct. The Bills came into town where they have not won in Houston since 2009, I think, or 2016. One of the two. It was a close game. And it was on a last-second field goal by Fairbairn. A 59-yard field goal. And he buries it. Ice water in that guy's veins, dude. Ice water. Houston comes out on top on that game. I'm sitting there going, dude, I was stressing out. I was getting emotional in that game. I was sitting there. I'm like, I'm yelling at the TV. I'm pacing back and forth in the living room. And my wife's looking at me like, we're supposed to be Cowboy fans in this house. And I was like, yeah, but I'm buying in on the Texans this year.
Yeah, 100%. It's still a Texas
yeah,
team too. It's a Texas team. You still have to root for the Texas team. Come on.
Yeah. And everybody had Indiana picked to beat Jacksonville, but for whatever reason, Trevor Lawrence decided to show up and do his job on his birthday. And there are no more winless teams in the NFL. Jacksonville shocked the world. And when I say they shocked the world, picture rice paddy workers in North Korea standing there picking rice, and they stop and they're like, fuck me.
What the hell?
Jacksonville just beat Indianapolis. I'm shocked. Okay. They shocked the world. They beat the Colts.
I mean, that's on right. That's on par with Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Good old Vandy. The Vandy Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, you could almost hear Obi-Wan Kenobi saying, suddenly there was 1,000 incestuous moans and then silence. You know, it's like the world in Tennessee stopped for just a few moments. And Tennessee and Alabama, those worlds stopped for that 5-point victory on Saturday. Oh, I better stop. Otherwise, I'm going to start getting some hate mail from Tennessee. My phone's going to blow up. My phone's going to blow up. They're going to be like, what the hell you mean talking about incestuous? What's that mean? Look, when you can talk to me.
I asked my sister wife what that meant. She didn't know neither.
When you cannot whistle at me through the 3 teeth in your head, then we'll talk. You know, come on. Take you and your hose pipe and you can go somewhere else.
I had my uncle daddy come beat your ass.
What was that Cartoon Network cartoon? It was Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Okay. Everybody, we had picked, with the exception of Chris, we picked New England to beat the Dolphins because we're like, what are the Dolphins going to do? But it's not what are the Dolphins going to do? It's what aren't the New England Patriots going to do? They didn't win on Sunday. That's what they didn't do.
That was you need to understand. It wasn't a pick for the Dolphins. It was a pick against the Patriots.
Okay.
You know what? I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Moving on to the basically it was the lock of the week. The Browns went into Washington to play the Commanders, the District of Columbia Redskins, as we like to affectionately refer to them. What?
Is that the Communists?
You know, I don't know. I still don't know who the commies are, unless Max is referring to the Dallas Cowboys. I have no idea. But Cleveland went in, and I mean they put up a good show. I mean they scored 13 points. I'm sure it was not on offense, but the Washington Commanders are still they've still got their stranglehold on the NFC East.
Yeah.
So 34-13 was the win for Washington. Washington is playing some inspired football. I saw it. All right. I'm going to pick a subject real quick. I'm going to mute real quick. I'll be right back.
So, okay, Max is
you get on my headset.
I guess Max is saying that the Commanders are the commies, so commies won this week.
That fits. I could see.
Yeah.
Hello.
Colin,
how's the game?
You were up fantastic.
There,
it's
sparkly or super sparkly. I don't know which one he said it was.
Sparking Zero.
Super sparkles. Sunshine sparkles.
It's perfect.
did y'all do a video of Johnny burning his beard like a Viking?
We have not burned it. No.
It's still there. It's lying in state right now.
I really want to see that. I want to edit it and make the video and everything.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And just to let everybody know that at this time frame, we are on Spotify, not just YouTube. You can listen to us everywhere. We're on Rumble, Spotify. anywhere you can get your podcast stuff.
X.
Just like 5 stars, all kinds of stuff. I
We're
might
live on Twitch right now, too.
huh?
So we're live on Twitch right now too.
Yes, we're on Twitch, we're on X, anywhere you can watch us. We are trying to be everywhere all at once. It's deafening to other people's ears. And hopefully sometime soon we'll get our catalog for our t-shirts. We're still working on that. We're probably gonna have to choose a different person for a different company for the t-shirts, from what Johnny said, because a lot of those t-shirts, they're getting, we're trying to get it as cheap as we possibly can for the people, because I don't want to buy a $44 shirt and it just have like a little design on it. I want to give people the you're paying for
what. Yeah, you're getting what you pay for.
Yeah, because we're all broke.
Everybody's
I spent the last of my money. I spent the last of my money on Sparking Zero. So
I'm waiting for tomorrow for Diablo 4 new expansion.
I saw that.
I seen it.
It's the thing about it is I like it for they're making it easier for casual players. That they're like,
I sure hope so. Because
it's
shit.
You could compare it at the extent of how World of Warcraft was when it first came out. Because dude, it was a grind for a lot of that stuff, and it was ridiculous. Of course, it's not as bad. Did I ever tell you my Apex? Okay, we were playing Conan Exiles at the time, and we had a guy join our tribe. He's like, "Yeah, man, I just got off of I can't play like Apex anymore." I was like, "Apex? What's Apex?" It's a survival game, but with dinosaurs and everything, and it takes a while.
Yeah. Ark? You mean Ark?
Yes, Ark.
Apex is Battle Royale.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay. It was Ark, and he was talking about how he ended up getting addicted to meth, so he stay up all day.
That
and everything. And I was like,
and if I had a nickel for every time that's happened,
yeah, I was like, did he? And my brother, I texted him and it's like, did he just say? It's like, yeah, he just said that. And I was like,
that's amazing.
That's
dedication right there.
That's wow. Dedication. I mean, I've played the game before, and it takes time, dedication, but
I like Conan Exiles. It had a faster pace to it.
I like the world of that better, just because I like how in Ark it is so confusing because there's dinosaurs and also like futuristic technology.
Yeah.
But there's like there's no like cars with wheels, but there's hovercrafts.
Yeah, it's one of those confusing ones. Oh, did y'all hear what happened?
I mean, if you ignore the lore behind it, then you just take it at face value and you're good to go.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened with Star Wars Outlaws?
That it sucked?
Yeah. Dude,
Ubisoft,
that game alone has tanked their
okay.
stock price.
I have a mixed opinion on Ubisoft. I think that it is time for them to hang up the jacket. Like, they are done. They've been done for a while.
Well,
on the other hand, they're holding one of my favorite game franchises hostage. So,
which one?
That's the thing is
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they have a lot of like great game franchises there, and they keep pumping out crap, and it's getting worse every year. Every game is worse than the last one.
Nobody asked for Star Wars Outlaws. So
You know what it's supposed to
But
be?
even if it wasn't asked for, you could have at least made a good game.
No,
What
you know
there-
what
I-
it was supposed to be? It was supposed to be a mixture of Destiny and Mandalorians.
that sounds cool because
There was
okay.
talk with that starting out, and then they chunked it for some ungodly reason because they
had
apparently
Star Wars 13
I have a
was
I have
almost
a-
done. They could have just you literally had everything in place. You just pick up 1313 from where it was and you continue that and finish it.
yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with Destiny.
Yeah, everybody does on that.
Yeah, like it's
It's gotten too much. It's too
yeah.
much.
I like playing the game and just it's always fun playing the story and getting all the things.
It is.
But oh my god.
Multiplayer on it is god awful.
No,
Nigh unplayable.
okay, when you say multiplayer, what do you mean? Like you talking about like the
PvP.
like the PvP game modes?
Yeah, the PvP.
Okay.
Yes, PvP. It's almost unplayable.
I don't really play that much. I mean, I played it back when it was
Horrible.
decent enough.
I don't know.
But
It was easy.
I
Of course, PvP is easy.
yeah, PvP is not terrible, which it's kind of weird because like if you like play like Gambit, um, it's only PvP if you go into the other enemy team's base.
Yeah.
But the reason why I have a love-hate relationship with it is because how ridiculously expensive these DLCs are.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
to get if you were to get everything right now, I think they said it would be over $150 to get everything caught up with all of the DLCs.
Dude, each DLC is usually at least like when the game, at least like each time they came out, they were usually at least $100.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I'm like,
ooh.
I love this game, but I don't know. So when they released the last few DLCs on Game Pass, I was really happy.
Just pick up what's there. I'm not
The Witch Queen DLC really threw me off of Destiny. I did not like it, like
I never tried
at
it.
all.
I haven't tried it.
It was really slow, and it wasn't the fact that it was hard because Destiny's supposed to be hard, but it was slow and it wasn't that interesting. I mean, it was cool for like the new enemy types, but besides that,
It just doesn't have a lot going on for it. It
No.
just doesn't seem. And they stripped all of the original story out of Destiny 2.
they did. You can't
You can't even go back and play it.
Shadowkeep, I think
Yeah.
it was. That you can't play that anymore.
Yeah. Like, what the hell was that?
I'm like, dude, people
Did you-
people still to this day usually buy the older DLCs to get the story if they're coming to Destiny.
Right. Yeah, you just ripped all of that out. For no
Did
reason.
you-
I don't
did
know.
Did you see that Arkham Shadow where it's coming out at?
Oh, what VR?
Dude,
That was announced when the game was even.
I didn't know it was just VR.
It is going to be just VR, which I okay. So I have a VR headset, so I'm not too worried, and it looks cool. But they're working on a different Batman game, like the Arkham people are. At least that, like, I heard rumors that there might be working on a different Batman game also.
Yeah, okay. That's still upsetting.
Yeah,
By the way, we were 2 subscribers away for hitting 200. Yeah, I'm keeping up with that.
That's good.
Yeah, there's a Dude, I don't know what it is about every company this year, but all of them decided October was the month to release things.
Yeah, well, it's all okay. October is the release date for a lot of big games and expansions and everything
Yeah,
because it's
It's
October, November, December.
catching it
yeah,
before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm just like, it's like even like shows and stuff. They're all releasing in October, and I'm like,
Oh, that reminds me of what people are talking about. Agatha.
oh, I haven't watched
I
it.
haven't watched it.
Nobody has.
It did.
I didn't.
Like
I
it
didn't
was-
really look. I liked WandaVision. I liked watching it, but I didn't really care about Agatha like at all when she was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, I'm the bad guy. I was like,
Oh,
"Man,
gee, I
I
wonder
don't
what's
care."
going to happen to Agatha now. Oh, said nobody.
Yeah.
It's
I
just-
thought she. If I thought she died. Like I thought.
No,
I
she
remember her dying.
she got her memory wiped and everything.
Her memory got wiped. That's right.
Okay, in the comics, her storyline is interesting at best because her first appearance was in the Fantastic Four, and she ended up being the babysitter for Franklin Richards. That was her storyline. She was she was a witch, and she took care of Franklin Richards. That was her whole storyline.
The
And then it
MCU,
developed after a while.
the MCU does a decent job in keeping, like, at least versions of the characters, uh, pretty close to the how it is in the comics. But
Not really.
some no, like variants of.
Oh, that was no, you're right, but here's the thing. As like the Joker movie, what was described to me from people, I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna do the Killing Joke. I was like, oh dude, awesome. That would be a really good movie. Even if you got rid of Batman, you could actually the whole storyline for Killing Joke, and if you just take care of, it's more interesting if you have Batman, but the whole comic book Killing Joke was basically the Joker.
Yeah.
And then I watched the movie. God, I was so upset.
Okay, I haven't seen
saw
it. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I really enjoyed the first Joker movie.
Don't go.
I've heard
I've heard
nothing but bad things about.
I've heard awful
it's-
things.
Yeah.
Well, even from the director, he didn't want to do the second one. He was like, they were like, "Oh, we need to make a sequel to this." No,
Said
they
nobody
paid-
ever.
no, they threw so much money at him that he ended up as like he caved. I was
People,
it's
okay,
like,
people,
if you throw money at me, I'll do some shady stuff.
people wanted a second one. I feel like, but I don't think they wanted
A
what
musical?
I've heard of the second one.
The second one is a musical.
Really? Okay. Look, I love musicals, but I don't know how. I mean, I guess that.
You think of Joker, you don't think. Music.
Okay, here's how I could
do.
think.
do.
Here's how I think they could do a musical with Joker and it could work. I feel like if they did songs with him, he has to be going on like the most violent killing spree while doing this song.
Like
There
like American Psycho kind of style thing.
a
Yeah,
little bit
That would be actually pretty cool.
because like I just like if like even if it was like he had like his henchmen singing for him.
Yeah.
And he was just going around like killing all these police officers and stuff. I
That
feel like
would-
that could work.
But here's another thing that's coming out that I actually can't wait is the next Venom movie.
That one does look cool.
It does look good. I'll give you that.
I enjoyed because when I went to go see, I saw Carnage in the theaters, and I was with my dad, and we went to the movie theaters. I don't remember what they're called, but like you can buy like you can order something from your seat, and it'll bring it to you.
Yeah, DoorDash.
No, it's like the movie theater has like a QR code thing on your seat, and then once you're ready, you press a button, and they'll bring you your order.
Oh, are you talking like was it like a Animal Draft House type thing?
I don't know, but the surround sound systems in that place were phenomenal, and I was partially deaf after hearing out of getting out of the movie theater. Like
Nice.
Dad was talking to me in my face. I'm like, what?
Huh?
After the movie, all you hear is this basic ringing.
I mean, dude, Carnage screams so loud in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
No, that wasn't that. If you want a movie that you can barely understand, get a woofer speaker and watch Push. That is undoubtedly. I had to unplug.
Was that the one with Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had like techno music constantly in it, and it was a do 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 do. I couldn't understand the movie because I had to take the subwoofer off because it was just booming on that. If you want to piss off your downstairs neighbors, you play that. You do that movie, and just put the subwoofers down. What other movie? Oh, that was another thing. I want to go see Blazing Saddles in theaters. It's supposed to be like a one-off.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I
want to go back and watch Saving Private Ryan in theaters again. I want to see that back on the.
I've never seen the movie.
It would more or less be like watching The Covenant, because that was a good movie we watched.
It's a great movie, masterpiece.
I watched this movie. It is the most confusing thing. I think it's called like Tenet or something.
That's a good movie, but yeah,
where like they came up with this thing where it's the best way to kill somebody, where the bullet you shoot the bullet, but the bullet comes back into the gun. So it's like you never shot. Never shot the
because you're going forwards and backwards simultaneously.
Dude, by the end of that movie, my head actually hurt. Like,
I believe it.
It was a really good movie.
It was a really good movie. I like the fight scenes a lot.
It's a Christopher Nolan movie, though.
But it was so confusing.
It was. It was really good, though.
And I like sometimes when the movies do their own thing where they're like, it's up to the viewer how they view the story. But then there's other times where it actually makes me mad to where it's like they make the movie so confusing where you can't even come up with an answer. So
yeah, that one you do have to watch that one a few times to actually get kind of the full experience.
Like there's this movie I watched, my brother's it's called Hereditary.
Yeah.
And
I think I've seen that one.
The scene where he's driving and the girl sticks her head out the car.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a scene where this girl's having like a peanut allergy thing, and this kid's trying to get her back to the house to get her EpiPen, and he's driving at least 80 miles per hour. And this girl sticks her head out the window to try to get air. Telephone pole.
Yes.
And
Final Destination.
Yep. And and the kid, what the kid does, he just drives home, gets out of the car, goes to bed. Parents find their daughter's body in the back of the car next morning. So
he just left her there.
Yep. And then after they find the girl's body, it shows her head on the highway.
Oh, yes. That's awesome.
And by the end of the movie, it is really confused. It's such a good movie. Like, I would recommend it so much if you really like horror movies.
You know which movie I watched this weekend? And it was just one of those movies that I forgot they made. Is Roblox.
How dare you? How dare you? That movie is a national treasure.
I've never even heard of it.
It was
I
made
guarantee
like
you have. Okay, the blue robot, he was an inventor, and
no,
there.
no.
Oh,
This
robot.
wasn't either. Yeah, this was it was their it was the first live action mech movie.
Oh, I didn't talk about robots. Like,
Yeah, that was the cartoon.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about the movie where it's like it's all robots and like
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. That's a cartoon.
not a
it was
cartoon.
it was a movie made like 1987, 83.
It wasn't a cartoon. It was an animated movie.
Robots was animated. Yes, it was voiced with Robin Williams and
Yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't a cartoon.
Carter.
It was a movie.
Ah, dude, it's an animated movie. It's a cartoon movie. It's a movie, but it's still a cartoon.
okay. Robot Wars. It was a
Never heard of it.
1993 movie.
I
Yeah,
remember
that I never heard of that.
I honestly hope, just for giggles, that they put Masters of Disguise back in theaters.
No.
Yes.
No. There's
Dude.
only one good scene in there. The only one that
Wrong.
even
Wrong.
that
Anytime the villain laughs and he farts, it is
dude,
hilarious. And if you really pick apart the movie, it's even funnier because the
it's-
scene where the dad gets kidnapped, Pistachio's just randomly on the roof. He's just randomly on the roof, and he goes, "Huh?" As his dad's getting kidnapped.
so stupid.
I'm going to be a master at this.
Oh my god.
Oh, Robot Jocks.
No. I still haven't heard of it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dave.
Maybe if I saw like a picture.
No, probably not even then. That sounds like one of those straight to video movies. That just
Yeah.
sounds like claymation stop animation.
Yeah,
That-
it was
bad.
stop animation.
oh god, it's even worse.
Okay,
It's an absolute-
stop animation isn't bad.
I didn't say it was bad, but this was in its infancy, and let's just say that
In
the
80s. You're talking about the
Sure.
infancy when they had it like in the 60s.
the
And
stop motion was not okay.
You
But
ever seen
they
Fantastic
did
Mr.
exactly-
Fox?
unfortunately, the let's just say it doesn't attract the best writers. I'll put it that way.
Okay,
Look at
that's
Sinbad in the Sinbad.
Box Trolls.
Oh,
Clash of the
Never seen-
Titans, man. That was stop animation. Clash with the Titans was stop animation. It was actually pretty
So-
decent.
So was Box Trolls.
that was horrible. First of all,
Yeah.
like, like the
Well-
original was okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The original. Because I
That's Man, it was okay, but yeah, like it's so bad.
It
It's like what was that one with oh god, I can't remember. the
Army
name.
of Darkness has stop animation.
And it was awful. It's a great movie, but it's awful.
You know what? Watch your tone.
I will not watch my tone because
Okay.
it's all right.
It all depends on the movie, because there was a lot of stop animation movies that are great, like really good movies.
Nightmare Before Christmas is a stop animation movie.
Horrible. I cannot.
How?
I've never
Okay. Okay. How?
Damn.
Everybody talks about it. I've never
First
watched
Okay,
it.
The Nightmare
First of all,
Before
I can't-
Christmas isn't like a great. It's not like
First of all,
like a supreme movie, but it is good.
no
Yes. You ever seen Box Trolls?
musical. I've never even heard of it. I have
How?
no idea what movie you're even talking about.
It was a popular movie when it came out.
How dare you? I've never heard of Box Trolls.
What was another movie
You
that
should
had
tell that to my dad. You know.
that was actually pretty decent? That's all I
My dad loves that movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And stop animation
It's
movies.
A musical. I don't. There's only one acceptable musical, one, and that is the Blues Brothers.
Okay, a little bit in that, maybe.
Did you just say the only
musical? Acceptable musical is the Blues Brothers? I will say it again out loud as many times as I
Greatest Showman.
Die.
Greatest Showman.
No. Hell no. Hell no.
Moulin Rouge.
God, no. Are you serious? No.
My opinion on Chris is dropping.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm interceding. Hold up.
Not only is
I'm interceding.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yep. I am the bull in the china shop. I'm breaking everything.
Okay. So
dreams and everything.
What kind of crap are we talking about? The Greatest Showman now?
The only acceptable musical is the Blues Brothers.
Mike, Johnny.
It's the only good one. The only good one. Blues Brothers. I will die on this hill. You will never change my mind.
Burlesque?
No. Blues Brothers. I'm telling you.
La Maestra?
Die on this hill.
Blues Brothers is a classic. Yes, it is.
Hmm?
However,
nope. There's no how.
Shh. You Will Die on the Hill with the Blues Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I say that hilltop is a lot bigger than you think it is.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Oh, God.
The Blues Brothers is not a true musical as in by the definition of the genre.
I disagree.
The ensemble does not randomly, with the exception of Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles. The ensemble did not break out into songs regularly throughout the feature film.
Just because they were on okay, then Moulin Rouge is not a musical.
I'm not arguing with you on that one.
Aren't they on stage the whole time? Just because they're on stage, it doesn't matter. They don't have to be on.
They did break in a musical in that movie.
Just because they're on stage, they're still singing.
Yeah, singing.
You're still on stage.
Okay, and your reference, you could still have the
The Greatest Showman, and then you've got Les Miserables. You know, I mean, The Sound of Music, Dancing in the Rain, White Christmas, for crying out loud.
Nope. I'm telling you.
All right, let's get through these.
We're not talking about Has Been Hotel.
It's a musical.
It's a cartoon. Stop. I don't know. As in ceasefire.
What that even is.
This cease fire. Okay.
Let's go for our picks.
We're only running like 45 minutes behind schedule now. Next game up was the Raiders at the Donkeys.
I am severely.
Colin picked the Donkeys. Chris picked the Donkeys. And it didn't bite y'all in the ass this week.
No.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I figured this is.
I mean, when I saw that score, I was like, what happened there? Oh, wait, I picked the Raiders. That's what happened.
I'm telling you, I have powers. I manipulate bad things.
The next game. What the hell happened there? We all got it wrong.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Not coming.
Seriously. Arizona? Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
No. The only thing that they got going for him is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Right.
Did that happen? Come on, son. It's either that or Christian McCaffrey needs to quit eating food with Matthew McConaughey and get back in the gym and get ready, get in game shape. I mean,
Fair. Yeah.
it's not all right the way that you're doing it, man. Just not doing it. Okay. Next game up on the docket, Packers at the Rams. This game, everybody with the exception of Max, he picked the Rams. That game could have gone either way, and it looked like it was going to go the wrong way for the majority of the game. But the Packers ended up figuring out that, oh, hey, we make money playing this game. We should probably do something that, I don't know, earns it. So they showed up.
My initial gut feeling was Rams, and I almost wrote that down, and I actually had it, and then I deleted it and put Packers.
Yeah, so
let's go with the Rams.
That's an honest mistake, man.
Yeah. Let's see here. Right now it's 7-16, Kansas City. And the third quarter just started, and Kansas City has the ball. Next game up after that, man, this should have been, by all accounts, every one of the pundits, all of the experts, all of the odds makers in Vegas had Seattle walking away with this game. It was, quote unquote, it should have been an easy game.
Yep. For sure.
For the Seahawks.
Absolutely on that.
Now, the 12th man that's on loan from Texas A&M, did you guys not show up at what is it, Lincoln Field on Sunday? I mean, what happened? I really want to know. I mean, is it the fact that the Giants are getting that good, or is it the fact that Seattle's just getting that bad? I mean, when we're talking about Seattle's quarterback entering possibly entering the MVP discussions, and then you're going to lose to the New York Football Giants? Come on. By the way, we all got that pick wrong, so
that's surprising.
Okay, Sunday night's game last night. Now, before I get into it, it was a rare treat for me because, you know, Colin is here and his brother are here for the extended weekend. So I actually got to sit down and watch a football game with my kid.
Nice.
Watching him,
I'm tearing up right
go
now.
through the emotional ups and downs, back and forths and sideways and back and, you know, back again. The emotional roller coaster of watching a Cowboys game while pulling for the Cowboys.
Makes it all
that in itself was a treat. At a point, some points, I almost forget that there's a game going on.
I kid you not. I felt there was times where I was like, dude, I might cry. This game is pissing me off.
Like, you know, because Dallas is sitting here establishing the run, right? And he's like, "Why are we running the ball?" I said, "Because you don't want Dak Prescott throwing the ball right now."
he made it. He made a
two interceptions, and he recovered a fumble. But I'm like, still $60 million a year, and the man is out there throwing the ball around like he's got nothing to lose because he's playing for the practice squad.
Don't get me wrong, Dak shouldn't be throwing, but when we're gaining no yards every
Oh,
time
no.
we run,
They were gaining yards. Dowdle had a career high game. He had a career high game. He had career yardage from scrimmage and then career catches. I mean, total yards. Okay. So Dowdle had, I mean, he had it going on last night. Do not get that sideways. Zeke Elliott showed up. I think he was averaging like 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 yards a carry. They had very few negative running plays. Very few.
It's historical too, and that's never been done really ever, and probably never be done again.
What was making me mad is that Dak wouldn't throw the ball.
Well,
when they were doing a passing play, he kept not throwing the ball.
Okay, to Dak's credit. Okay. Well, I believe that he has a firm inability to read defenses properly because he throws balls into coverage that should have no business having balls thrown into him, right? The fact that he was making some really good accurate throws. There was that when Turpin caught that one ball, that one pass on the sideline. I mean, it was a tight coverage. He threaded that needle. And then Turpin came down, did the toe tap, and then his elbow came down out of bounds, and he maintained possession of the catch all the way through.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great play. When I cannot remember his name to save my life tonight. Number one, the receiver last night that caught the go-ahead touchdown. I mean, he was injured on the previous play. Dallas called a timeout, which allowed him to stay on the field because he didn't come out. The trainers attended to him. He's like, I'm not missing this play. That crossover route where he was on the right side of the formation, he comes all the way across, comes out of the end zone, and then comes back onto the goal line, catches that ball.
Jaden Talbert.
Yeah, Talbert. Thank you. Dude, that was a balls catch right there. Absolute balls catch. The way that the Steelers defense was playing last night, there's no way Dallas should have won that game. No way they should have won that game.
And I still like the historical fact on that game was Dex. He threw 2 interceptions in 2 days in one game.
Yeah. Two interceptions, 2 days, 1 game. Yeah. So, but as far as the picks are going to be concerned, David, you and Max were the only ones that picked Pittsburgh, and honestly, I wouldn't hate on that pick. Honestly,
on that pick right there,
on paper, it was a solid pick, and we know that we know that Max does his research on it. So Max picking Pittsburgh there, I don't blame him because if you remember last week, you can go back and watch the tape. I initially wanted to go with Pittsburgh, but the argument was made, and I changed my pick. You know, when we go to write them down, I changed my pick. So myself, Colin, and Chris, we got that one right.
I'm seriously not a believer in Cowboys this year.
I'm not either, but
No, not either.
I would be surprised if they'll make it to the wild card, but that would probably be their stopping point.
Yeah, they're not winning the division this year. Yeah, they're not going to win the division. They're not going to be the surprise division winner this year.
I'd be surprised if they make the wild card, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would seriously be surprised too.
I mean, if they don't make the playoffs this year, can we just chalk that up as the bleed over Rangers effect?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
I mean, and I'm not calling it the straight up Rangers effect because it's not like the Cowboys went out and won the Super Bowl last year, and then they've got Super Bowl hangover, which World Series hangover is a thing.
Oh yeah,
just putting it out there. I mean, especially when it's your first one and you can't act like you've been there before. Which we all know that the Rangers have been to the World Series before. We're looking at you, Nelson Cruz, but just kind of saying. All right. Saints have the ball. It's 10-14 left in the third. It still scores 7-16. Kansas City on that one. We're gonna go ahead and go for next week's picks. I've got Max's picks for next week already. I'm gonna simplify the picks. Instead of going this team over that team, each individual is gonna have what their pick is, and we're just gonna abbreviate, the city names, and then I'm just gonna send them to you tonight or tomorrow morning. Actually, I'm just gonna get them to you tonight, David. So that way we can get them up because if you noticed last week, there was a glaring deficiency on our Facebook page. We did not have those picks up. So
that was my fault.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen again. Okay, so first game, it's a Thursday night game. Let me go ahead and get these columns written out here. Let me see here. Hold on a minute.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking over the next week's stuff and.
Okay, so we got 49ers at the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks are in better shape as far as health-wise is concerned. The 49ers, I mean, I don't really know what's going on with them. But it is a divisional game. And these two teams are really starting to flesh out what's becoming one of the better rivalries in the NFL. So I mean, it's an anything can happen kind of a game. I really don't know which way to lean. I mean, part of me wants to go 49ers, but the other part of me is thinking Seattle's pretty much going to get this one.
I agree. Seahawks.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
All right. Next up, we got Jaguars at the Bears. The Jaguars figured out where Victory Lane was yesterday, but they're playing an early game. They're playing in London, so it's the second of the London series games.
I think the loser in this whole thing is London.
That's a fair point.
I mean, the only reason why I'm going to go with the Bears on this one is, the spirit of Dick Butkus is going to be there, with the sausage and the brats and English, Londoners love to eat bangers and mash for breakfast. So
same Bears.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be some definite pork products and beer flowing at this game.
I'm going with the Bears on that one.
Jaguars, they found the victory lane once, but they'll get lost going back there again.
Yeah, I mean, that one. And it's not like Jacksonville's got anything to look forward to. I mean, they're going to be distracted enough as it is because, I mean, they're having one of the biggest Category 5 hurricanes come bearing down on their state. They might not have a stadium to go home to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all jokes aside, if you know anybody or have loved ones in the state of Florida, pray for them. If they're asking to look to evacuate and you've got a place to be able to put them up, I say do it.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, this is they're just barely getting over Helene, and this one, I mean, there's no such thing as a Category 6, but if there were, this one would probably be one of the first.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
it's getting really bad out there for the hurricane season. And our company,
and I mean, statistically speaking, the hurricane season should be over, but officially, it doesn't end until November.
And by the way, everybody, as a note for everybody that can, you can do these charity things, but you can go to churches or wherever. And I know money is really, really tight, but go and get like some charcoal, diapers, water,
all that toilet paper that you didn't need to buy last week. Donate some of that.
Yeah,
100%.
Toilet paper,
bottled water, especially bottled water.
Yes, bottled water, canned goods. Take them to a church or anywhere out there that's doing relief for
baby food.
Baby food. Yes, baby food. Wipes.
All right.
Get
donate often as often as you can. I know that not everybody in our audience believes in the power of prayer, but it's a real thing. So, do that.
Yes.
And,
prayer,
pray for the country as a whole, because I don't know if you've checked the tally, the scoreboard here lately, but I don't recall seeing a single news story about countries we've donated billions of dollars to helping us out with hurricane relief.
Nope.
Yeah.
But FEMA's ready for $750 a piece.
Oh yeah. Yeah, $750, and that's all you're gonna get. Good luck. Moving on, we've got this is actually gonna be a really good game.
And I'm watching
it's gonna be the Commanders at the Ravens.
I'm definitely watching this one with some wings. I'm gonna enjoy this one. Commanders and the Ravens. I think Commanders are actually going to take this one. I don't know because both teams they're hitting pretty hard.
I'm kind of leaning towards Ravens on this one.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, neither pick is a bad pick.
No, absolutely not.
Do I think defensively? I think defensively, Baltimore's got the edge?
No.
I think defensively,
you're talking historically, they've always been strong.
Yeah, well, historically, yes. Offensively, they're pretty evenly matched.
Yes,
I mean, as far as yards per play, yards per game.
Looking at the work and everything on this, they're both good teams, but
and just think, let that sit in, let that soak in. We're talking about Washington being a good team.
Yeah,
people in that region have not heard that for a long time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Next game we've got on docket is the Cardinals at the Packers. I'm going with Green Bay on this one.
Yep.
Just simply due to the fact that lightning is not going to strike twice.
No,
at least not 2 weeks in a row. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray, they're going to hook up and they're going to put up a couple of touchdowns. That's just because of the explosive power that Marvin Harrison Jr. has. But when the second half starts and Green Bay's had a chance to make those adjustments at halftime, they're going to shut him down. Mm-hmm. And Jordan Love's going to take over. So, I mean, that's just kind of my take on it. Yeah. What'd you say you were going to take, Chris?
Agreeing with you, Packers.
Okay.
Yeah, Packers.
Yeah, okay. Cardinals. This should be the lock of the week here. Houston is going up to Foxborough to play the Patriots.
Texans.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Texans,
without a doubt.
Yes. I am going to be severely upset if that doesn't work out.
And you know what? I know that uniforms don't really matter much, but the uniforms that Houston debuted yesterday for their home game are actually kind of fire, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they're black uniforms with like a red and like a bright royal blue. It's not the love you blue like Oilers blue, and they've got the Gothic style H on the helmet. Dude, those uniforms actually looked really good. Oh, they still had the Toro insignia, the Texans logo on the sleeve, but dude, those uniforms look good yesterday. Let me see here. Next up, we've got the Bucks at the Saints. The Saints.
It's kind of tough because I'd almost like to wait and see how the Saints do tonight. I don't know. This one's tough to call.
I think Baker Mayfield does what Baker Mayfield does. He's going to spend a lot of time in the film room. And he's going to learn how to pick that defense up. That New Orleans is going to try to throw at him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put up the those jerseys real quick. It took me a while to get it. Sorry.
So you want to take Tampa Bay? Yeah, I mean those uniforms, dude. Those uniforms were actually kind of sharp.
Yeah.
I mean they're clean. There's not a lot of noise going on. I like them.
I like how even the numbers they do like the little hook.
Yeah. And that's not the only alternate uniform that they've got this year. They've got that red chrome helmet that goes with what basically kind of amounts as their standard uniform. But dude, yeah. I mean,
I might actually get that. I need this jersey.
David, who are you taking on that one?
I'll take Bucks with you. I'll take Bucks almost against my better judgment, but
hey,
Yeah.
Oh, did you see,
This one,
hey, did you see
and
the?
I never thought I'd be able to utter this sentence, but Philadelphia is going to be part of the "Who gives a shit" game of the week.
But anyway, hold on real quick. I'm sorry. Did you see the Baker Mayfield undercut of a boss thing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah. I mean, he came in throwing like 90 miles an hour at some of his receivers.
yeah.
Yeah. And this dude, he's talking into his jersey. He's like, oh, this dude's throwing some fire, man, like 90 miles an hour, dude. And I'm trying to catch this.
Yeah.
What is going on? Yeah, I was like, as soon as I saw that video, I was like, that's Baker. I mean, that's their number one QB. Colin said he's going to take Philadelphia on this game.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
I'm going with Philadelphia. I'm not liking the Browns this year, especially.
I mean, if the Browns do win, I mean, I think that Philadelphia just needs to disband and just forfeit for the rest of the season.
Right.
How they could win.
I mean,
if
That'd be like losing to Carolina.
opening and runs like he's supposed to in a situation like that.
Wait,
yes.
you talking about Saquon Barkley? Yeah. I mean, he was supposed to be like the prize pickup of the NFC. When Saquon Barkley left the Giants and he went to Philadelphia, every pundit, every expert, every odds maker handed the crown, the division crown, to Philadelphia before the season even started.
No, I was talking about Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland? Are you talking about Deshaun Watson? Yeah,
Dude,
no.
Watson, he literally said, I can't believe he'd say this in an interview. Okay. He said, I'm a quarterback. I'm not a runner. I'm not going to run the ball. Sometimes you got to run that ball. Okay. Anytime you have anything with Cleveland Browns this year,
Look, we can break it down to Deshaun Watson like this. Like, Deshaun, it doesn't matter if you stand in the pocket and take a beating as you're throwing the ball or if you're running downfield. Your legs are going to get just as beat up and you're going to have to get them massaged either way. So you might as well just be mobile.
Yeah.
So
until Cleveland gets rid of him, they're not going to have a good team. And they had a good team.
Yeah, they could have kept Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco's up there balling out for Indianapolis now.
Yeah. If they kept Joe, I would be talking a different tune right now.
Yeah.
But until they get rid of him.
Yeah, so we got Indianapolis going to Tennessee to play the Titans. I'm taking the Colts on this one, so is Colin. I mean, the Titans are 1-3.
Tennessee still has a team.
Yeah, they still have a team. You know,
yeah,
although everybody for some inexplicable reason became Vanderbilt fans overnight.
Bandwagon jumpers.
You know, you want to add insult to injury. Have the Vanderbilt starting starters show up and be honorary captains for the Titans.
That would win them the game right there. Just
and you know what? And because the fact that there's like 2 or 3 players from Alabama playing for Tennessee, that might ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, when you get drafted and you leave Tuscaloosa, you got to leave your cousins behind and you start meeting somebody outside the gene pool. You know, then their minds start getting right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm taking the Colts. So is Colin.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, David?
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts.
All right. Well, by virtue of the oldest Tennessee still have a team? Should have known.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This next game, Colin has already said he's taking the Donkeys.
No, I got no faith in them. Chargers. Not that I have much more faith in the Chargers, but.
What about you, David?
I just want to do the Chargers only because I don't like Broncos.
I'm just saying. I see the Donkeys pulling
That's
really good this week.
I know. We said we're trying not to do emotional picks, but I'm sorry. I can't do that. There,
You know, I like Joe Harbaugh just as much as the next guy, but I don't know, man. I'm against my better judgment. I'm going to pick the Donkeys this week.
you know what? That's almost as bad as you saying you like the Yankees. So I suggest you take that back.
You'll never hear that swill come out of my mouth. Never. That sentence constructed in that manner will never, ever, ever, ever come out of my mouth.
That's over the line.
It did once.
That is massively over the line.
I've never said that.
No, you hope the Yankees win, and it was only because of the whole.
That's because it was going to help Boston.
Yeah,
and myself, along with the entirety of Red Sox Nation, bathed in whatever holy water we could find. I still have scars, okay, from physical and mental. You know, I mean, we got the Steelers at the Raiders. I'm going Steelers on this one.
I'm going Steelers too. Oh,
Are you looking at this next game?
yeah. Well,
Falcons,
yeah.
Panthers?
I'm going to go Falcons.
Falcons. Yeah, it's not even a question. It's the next game that's going to be hard.
It's the next one. Yeah.
Really?
Against my better judgment.
Really?
Against my better judgment.
Against his better judgment, he's going with the Cowboys. Okay. Man, I'm open to suggestions here.
No,
on paper right now,
everything
about this game screams Detroit.
I'm with Alex Foley.
I know this is gonna...
You can get upset as much as you want, Colin.
I mean, unless they get the same officiating crew that they had for Thanksgiving last year.
Yeah.
Well, too deep now. I've the Cowboys too many times this year.
He's going full emotional pick now. I mean,
look, if David can go against the Donkeys.
I mean, he's like I'm in too deep now. Oh, I've picked Dallas too many times.
Dude, that's you don't want to go that route, brother. I mean,
yeah. Well, we'll see when the Donkeys game comes on next Sunday.
You know, we said we're not doing emotional picks, so I got to go with the Lions. It hurts. Well, it hurts me.
Right?
You know what? I have the perfect solution for this game. We pick them to play to a tie.
I don't see.
You know, if it was going to happen, I think this is the game it would.
I think either Dallas is going to win.
It's beautiful, right? Go ahead.
I either think Dallas is going to win by a field goal, or Detroit is going to murder Dallas.
See,
no.
I got to go Detroit, man. I'm sorry.
Father and son going at it.
I honestly believe.
I can't take the chicken shit way out and say, "Oh, I'm going to pick them to tie." I mean, because at that point, my pick was just wrong. I didn't lose as to who's going to win, right?
You would sound like a Karen. Why can't they both win?
No,
I just hope they both have fun.
I mean,
that was exactly how you would sound if you did do that. You do not back out on this one. You take it on the chin, even though you don't have a beard anymore.
David, you are the last person in this panel that needs to talk about anything coming off your chin.
I regret it. Listen to that.
Okay. All right. So why? I mean, I haven't even gotten to address the next game, and Colin's over here going, I'm gonna take the Bengals. Bengals going to New York.
Giants.
New York Giants, yeah.
It's not the smartest idea, but
Well, you didn't fully get your
For what it's worth, the Bengals did play Baltimore pretty closely yesterday. And if it hadn't have been for a muffed punt or a muffed snap on that field goal, you know, I mean, his argument does bear some merit, but I mean, my question is Joe Burrow going to show up sober for this game?
that would be a good point. That would be a valid point, sir. But yeah, it's gonna be the Giants. This next pick, on the other hand,
Hold on.
okay.
Chris has not given me his pick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. I said Giants.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I knew he. Okay.
Hold the fucking phone. All y'all. Holy shit. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the Giants. Just simply because I know that if I pick the Giants, because I'm actually leaning Cincinnati, but if I pick the Giants, I know Cincinnati will actually win.
Little reverse psychology. Okay.
Yeah.
Good on
We're gonna employ that. We're gonna see if it actually works, you know.
and we're gonna get a text message. Hey Johnny, your stuff didn't work. Don't do it again.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Joe Burrow's gonna go, bro. I heard the show. Don't fucking do me any more favors. Like, really.
What the fuck were you thinking?
All right. So Bills at the Jets. Colin apparently is taking the Jets.
I'm going with Richard on this one and going with the Bills.
Going Bills.
Chris, you said the Bills?
I said Bills.
I'm thinking Buffalo too, and here's why.
Share your wisdom.
Garrett Allen, did you see his face and his frustration during that game yesterday? I mean, normally he is as cool as the other side of the pillow. But when they were forced off the field for the third consecutive series after, being forced 3 and out because his receivers aren't on the same page.
Yep.
The Vikings are off.
yeah, I know. It's fine.
I think that the Buffalo defense is they're going to get diced up by Aaron Rodgers, but the New York Jets defense is, I mean, they don't know what's coming. I mean, you got some dudes in Buffalo that are pissed off right now about the way they're playing. You want to talk about a hard practice this week? Jared Allen's going to get his receiving core to include his running backs, and he's going to drag them kicking and screaming into the film room, and they're going to be running extra routes this week. I will guarantee you that. Jared Allen's going to go into the Meadowlands, and he is going to whoop somebody's ass.
I can see that.
I mean, we're talking Tom Brady level energy on the sidelines when shit starts going south. He's going to be grabbing dudes 3 times his size by the face mask and screaming at them, and they're going to respond positively. It's going to be brutal. So real quick, we're going to try to wrap this up real quick. There was a NASCAR race in Talladega this weekend. What? Oh, crap. Yeah, hold on a second. Forgot about joke time. So we're yeah,
That was almost horrible.
we're gonna hold on.
Rising from the smoke and haze of desolation comes a Spartan. He is bent on wronging that which has been set right. It's the greatest genetic code ever to exist here for your ears and eyes to feast upon. Spartan Colin, I hope you're bringing the smoke tonight. Someone get me a joke.
What's the best way to get a Jewish girl's number? Check her wrist.
I know it.
Ah, I
I
I-
know it. I know it was coming, and it still hurt.
Uh,
Oh.
What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jew? No,
Dude, you didn't run these jokes by me.
Well, usually Max would be here.
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell it.
A Boy Scout comes home from camp.
Oh, God.
I would drop the mic, but stay slowly.
We here at Angry Meat Production want to express that the thoughts, opinions, and jokes expressed by Colin during his segment "Joke Time with Colin" do not directly reflect the opinions or the attitudes of we here at Angry Meat Production.
no, I was happy that we were going.
Did you just use my line? Really? Did you hear what this kid just said to me?
What?
No, not you. The audience.
Did you hear what he just said?
What?
He said it's a joke, not a dick. Quit taking it so hard.
Not you, the audience.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Okay.
In this case, Colin, he is the audience,
yeah,
or at least a member.
You're right.
it's kind of funny though.
Wait, was
It-
that it for your segment this week?
Slipping out through the fog of war, this Spartan continues the fight. Your souls have become collateral damage in the battle against the flood of moral supremacy. Leave your expectations at the door on your way out and marvel before the pillar of tactical prowess. Ladies and gentlemen, angry faithful of all ages, this has been Joke Time with Colin.
Say goodnight, Colin.
Good night, Colin.
You know, I had hopes and dreams that we were gonna get to 500 and maybe getting monetized and everything, and we'd start making money on this thing. But thank you, Colin, for
Yeah, that kind of
I mean, your father, you know, he crushed them too.
he
but
kind of went unit 66 on us, didn't he?
I guess that's the family thing. Is just ruining Dave's dreams.
Uh,
So
So like I was saying,
NASCAR, yeah.
NASCAR. There was a NASCAR race in Talladega this weekend. There was a historic wreck at Talladega this weekend.
Do you think we could show that? How long is the clip?
I mean, the clip itself is not very, very long.
As long as it's like 30 seconds or something like that. If we can make it 30 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up.
I had to start coughing as soon as I did that. Mm.
But this race was historic in the fact that it was the largest big one in yeah, Empress. She's like the pure genetic code working at its finest. Yeah. You've heard me preach about this for weeks when it comes to Talladega or Daytona. It's not if the big one occurs, it's when the big one occurs. I mean, it's been so normalized as far as like it's almost become a platitude with drivers that are being interviewed, with crew chiefs that are being interviewed, with team owners, with TV personalities, even the radio guys. It's not when, or it's not if, it's when kind of a thing. This was a 23 car crash with like four laps to go yesterday. And if David can find the video, it's
no. I found the video. I just realized no, because that whole
copyright thing.
Remember what happened with us with the breakdancing thing?
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because I was just doing a clip off of TikTok, and I was like, you know that show that you had? Well, it's gone.
Yeah. 23 cars. Initially there were 31 cars that were involved in the wreck, but 23 of them sustained substantial damage. So I think the official count was 23, but it's the largest big one in Talladega history. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. brought home the win yesterday, and dude, I am telling you what, that was a hard fought win for that young man. And I'm just saying I'm here for it, because that is a single car operation. I mean, I like seeing him win. It just, it's because, I mean, he's literally the ultimate underdog right now in the Cup Series. This particular round of the playoff drivers have not won a race yet in this round. But as far as the standings are concerned, right now, William Byron is at the point. He's in first position, 74 points to the good. Christopher Bell is in second. Kyle Larson is in third. Denny Hamlin is in fourth. Alex Bowman in fifth. Ryan Blaney in sixth, Tyler Reddick in seventh, and Chase Elliott bringing up the rear in eighth. He is on the cut line, 13 points to the good. On the bubble, below the cutoff line, we've got Joey Logano in ninth, Daniel Suarez 10th, Austin Cindric 11th, and Chase Briscoe in 12th. Next week is going to be a cutoff race. It is going to be the Bank of America Roval 400. It's the Charlotte Motor Speedway road course. They have reconfigured the way that the drivers blend into or onto the big track from the road track on the backside. So it's going to be a little bit different. But again, it's supposed to be a cutoff race next week or this coming Sunday. That race will be, like I said, this Sunday, October 13th at 1 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that race on NBC, the Performance Racing Network, or SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90 on your in your car, or on your SiriusXM app. There's going to be a lot of comers and goers for that particular race. Look for your road course contenders, people like Kyle Larson. William Byron's gotten really good at road course racing lately. Chase Elliott, he's been a strong contender at road courses over the last couple of years. You're going to have Joey Logano is unfortunately pretty good at road course racing. Also, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, he's pretty fair. I mean, he's not going to win. I'm going to call that shot now. He's not going to win on Sunday. By virtue of the fact, now I did say that no playoff drivers have won races yet this round, but yesterday, by virtue of points alone, William Byron has advanced to the next round. And that's just with his points cushion. He has advanced. He has got enough points accrued during this round to advance to the round of 8. So I hope he can keep the momentum going, because after this Sunday race, or this race on Sunday in Charlotte, They are going out to the desert and they are racing at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So that's going to come up on October 20th. Then after that, they've got my Homestead Miami Speedway, barring any storm damage to that track. Because I mean, this hurricane that Florida's staring down the barrel of, it's projected to make landfall in the Tampa area, but it is supposed to envelop the entire state of Florida.
Dang.
I mean, it is a huge storm. It is going to be a very dangerous storm.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that's going to play out. And then the first race in November, November 3rd, it's going to be Martinsville Speedway. But yeah, I mean, this season is wrapping up pretty quick. So I don't know. Before you know it, I mean, we're not going to have anything to talk about except football. So
and basketball. Mac's been wanting to do basketball.
And basketball, fine, whatever. Okay.
And if we can,
hockey's coming back.
Yeah, hockey's back.
Speaking of hockey, my Boston Bruins finally wrapped up contract negotiations with their phenom of a goaltender, Jeremy Swayman. He signed an 8-year contract, so he is going to be in Boston for the foreseeable future. So, way to go, black and gold.
You love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, there is other NASCAR news that we didn't touch on, was the fact that NASCAR drivers allowed their semis to go to Asheville to help out with the relief.
Yeah. So the situation with that is the drivers don't own the semi trailers, the transporters, team haulers. The team owners do. Okay. So what they were doing is they were loading these team haulers up with bottled water, dry goods, things like that people needed.
Yeah.
And they were trucking them into these areas where they could get access to, because I-40 eastbound, I think it's eastbound, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone. And with this storm, it's supposed to stay as a hurricane even after it makes landfall. Hurricane Milton now moving near the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. So it's already a Cat 5.
Yeah,
we're talking sustained winds of 195 miles an hour.
Yeah,
We're looking at 911 millibars on the barometric scale, on the barometer. Okay, and it's got the potential to strengthen more before it makes landfall.
Yeah.
So this has been a really weird, wacky hurricane season. We kind of had a feeling down here that it was going to be a pretty bad one, because we're looking at, it was March, April, and the water out down here at Surfside was warm back in February. So it just I don't know. Traditionally, anytime the hurricane season has been pretty active, we've seen snowfall here in the Houston area.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll see it again. Now, what that usually means, when they had the quote unquote Snowmageddon down here, David, you remember that blizzard that hit us up there in Wichita?
The snowpocalypse, yes.
Yeah, the snowpocalypse, yeah. So y'all might be having to brace for that.
Well, my Volkswagen's actually pretty good up with the snow, so.
Well, it's not so much you that I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's other people.
It's those other non-driving fucks in Wichita Falls that I'm worried about. It's like, oof.
Yeah.
People's are like, I'd rather drive in Dallas Fort Worth than Houston. No, I'd give me 45 any day of the week. Give me 610. Hell, give me 10. I don't care. I'm good. I mean, at least here, idiots get out of the way and get down the road. Dallas Fort Worth, they like to stick around and hang out. Why? I don't know. But there's that. But yeah.
That's it on the because we did the nerd sports the nerds portion while you're gone doing God knows what. And
Yeah, I know. I was handling handling a family issue. So
yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I don't know. I know that you saw, because I sent pictures a couple weeks ago when I got it. Last week, talked about how I'm enjoying my PS5.
It's good.
Yeah, so, and it's official. Kansas City has officially split the series. They picked up a win in game 2 over the Yankees. So good job. I'm like 98% complete on Astrobot.
You know, I haven't tried that one. I'm not big on platformers, though.
You know, if for a platformer, it's actually kind of, I mean, it's fun. It
does
really
look
is.
pretty good.
There are some levels, though, that will piss you off.
Yeah.
And that is why I have not 100% of the game yet, because I've had to step away so I don't rage quit.
That's what I'm worried about.
At least it's not
The
like
old one that I picked up that I'm having fun with, that well, I'm still trying to finish all the stuff on Cyberpunk, but Hogwarts Legacy, good game.
I've heard that. I've also heard that game is an incredibly huge time suck.
It is.
It is.
Okay, well, I may or may not pick that one up then.
There is a lot to it, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there staring at my Xbox, and it's like looking at me going like, "You traitorous bitch." Yeah. We had family movie night on Saturday night, and my wife and her sister don't generally enjoy the Marvel movies. But I bought Deadpool Wolverine on digital when it came out October 1st, and by God, that's what we watched on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
That's a must.
Yeah, so I mean, you get the obligatory, well, it's a fun movie. I don't see why they had to use the F word so many times. I said it's used 118 times in that movie.
Because you fucking can. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm like counting, I'm like 117. And then right at the end with the end credit scene, he's like, "Got you, fuck stick." Or fuck face.
There it
like,
is.
Man, there's the 118th one, right? And so actually we were sitting at 115, and then they dropped it 3 more times twice during Chris Evans's little monologue, and then once when Wade did it before everything blacked out. But
yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, it while it may not be the greatest Marvel movie, dude, it is up there. 100%.
It's relief only because of the fact that we really haven't seen that really great of comedies here lately.
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen some unintentional.
Like you watching it again, you pick up on some more of the some more of the emotional side stuff, especially with Logan, right?
Yeah.
And you X-23 coming back into the picture and everything like that. My wife looks at me, she goes, "You guys cried in the theater. Like, are you crying right now?" I said, "No, I'm not crying right now. Leave me alone." Like, like, it's okay. We could cry at this stuff. Something in my eye. Yeah, it's like fucking
my allergies suck, man.
Onions. Who's cutting onions in the kitchen? But like allergies, man. Damn ragweed. But yeah,
speaking of ragweed.
I just love that movie. It's so good. So good. But anyway, I really don't have anything else this week. Like I've already got the picks. I've already got Max's picks for the week. So I'll tabulate all of that stuff. I'll annotate it and I'll get it shot over to you tonight, or probably first thing in the morning, if I'm being honest, Dave. So because I've still got some stuff that I needed to handle here at the house. So
I still need to talk to you about something. But
okay. So after show. Okay. Gotcha.
I just totally forgot about telling you something, but we'll wait until after show.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry faithful of all ages, you've been privy. You have become indentured. I would dare say that if it wasn't for the fact that Diddy himself created a national shortage in baby oil, you've been lubed up properly. This has been Nerd Sports, episode 181. And as always, I'm Lord Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Ickerman.
And I am Chris Jacka.
And in the immortal words of the sandy lesbian pirate bearded clam, scissor me timbers. You get out of here.